You don't need a high following. Whoever says their price first is at the disadvantage. Living off of content creation is way more tangible and realistic and like within my reach than you thought. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Hexa and I am a lifestyle content creator with a huge passion for making money online through freelancing and social media. I think there are a lot of really talented people who are making content online and growing an audience, but they're not making any money. And I think that's a real shame. So my goal with this video is to try to help some of you out there to change that and actually start to make your first money through social media as an influencer or a content creator. So whether you want to do this as a side hustle or for a little bit of passive income, or if your ultimate goal is actually to quit your 9-to-5 job and become a full-time influencer or content creator, this video is going to help to open your eyes to the different possibilities and all the different ways in which you could be making money through social media. I personally have not made money through all of these techniques, but I have made money through some of these techniques, and I'm definitely obsessed enough with the whole idea of becoming a full-time content creator that I have read up a lot on this, and I have like a lot of information stored up in my noggin which I want to share with the world. Because I think there's a lot of gatekeeping in like the social media world, and there's a lot of people who feel very overwhelmed and very stuck and like they don't know where to start. And I also feel like a lot of us have been sold a lie, and that lie is that you need hundreds of thousands of followers on social media before you can start making a living from it. And that is just simply not true. By my estimation, and from what I've heard from other creators, by the time you have 1,000 followers or even less, you already could be making money. By the time you have 5,000 followers, you should be making money. And by the time you have 10,000 followers, you could potentially be going full time. There are a lot of content creators that have gone full time with content creation with only 10,000 followers. So never underestimate the power of social media. Never underestimate the power and the value of your work and your talent and your content creation skills. Don't sell yourself short. Have that confidence, and if you just put yourself out there and explore the possibilities, you might be surprised at how quickly things can change for you and how much money you could start making, which you may not have ever expected. So let's get into this. Here are all of the ways, to my knowledge, in which you could be making money through social media. Number one is get paid by the platform, and I think YouTube is the most well known for this, and for good reason. In my personal opinion and from everything I've heard, YouTube is the best and most reliable way to make money by getting paid from the platform. But you also have other options, like there is now a Instagram Reels bonus, there is a TikTok creator fund. I think Pinterest also has a new initiative where they've put aside a budget to support creators. But with a lot of these other platforms, the ability to earn money through the platform itself has not yet expanded worldwide. So as far as I know, YouTube is the only one I've heard of where every country in the world, or almost every country in the world, can apply to join the YouTube Partner Program. So to make money through YouTube, you first have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the last 12 months. And the way that it works is basically you get paid for the ads that are shown on your videos. It's money taken from the advertisers that pay YouTube to have their ads displayed, and you get 55% and YouTube keeps the rest. You get paid through Google AdSense, which is also relevant if you have a blog. I do not have a blog, so I don't know a lot of the details about how to run ads on your blog and make money through them, but I know that you can. If you have your own website or a blog, you can sign up with like AdSense or with Google AdSense, and you can run ads on your blog, and then every time that somebody sees the ad or clicks on it, you will get a small amount of money as well. How much you make with YouTube AdSense depends on a lot of different factors, including your location or the location of your viewers actually, as well as your niche, and it's overall dictated by your views. So if a lot of your viewers are from a poorer country, then the advertisers from that country are probably not paying that much for their ads, which means that you're going to make a little less money. Whereas if you have a lot of viewers from really wealthy countries, then your ads are going to be worth more money. And similarly, your CPM, or your cost per mil, which is how much you get paid per 1,000 views, which by the way, this fluctuates. It changes all the time. It's different for every video. It's different every week or every day or every month. Like it always changes. The CPM does not stay the same, but your CPMs are going to be higher if you're talking about very high spending topics. So for example, if you're doing electronics reviews, financial videos, if you're talking about cars. Generally, the advertisers in niches like that are paying a lot more because they're making a lot more money when they're selling those products. Whereas, for example, if you are a comedy channel and you do like comedy skits, then maybe that's not a very materialistic niche. It's not a niche in which people are spending a lot of money, so your CPM might be lower. But yeah, if you manage to grow your audience enough to meet the requirements for the YouTube Partner Program or for the TikTok Creator Fund or anything else that you're interested in joining, this is definitely a good option, but keep in mind that YouTube pays the best as far as I know, and the income from this can fluctuate a lot and it's not necessarily always very stable. Just for reference, to give my personal numbers, I make approximately $100 per year from Google AdSense on YouTube. It's not a lot, but it's something. And for me, that just has a lot to do with the fact that I don't get a lot of views, so that's why my AdSense revenue is so low. Next up, we have brand deals and sponsorships, which is probably one of the most popular ways to make money, and it is valid across lots and lots of different platforms. You can get brand deals and sponsorships that pay very well, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or probably even Pinterest, as well as blogs. Like anywhere that you make content, anywhere that you have an audience and followers and people who trust you and engage with your content, you can probably get a brand to pay you to do a sponsorship. So the way that brand deals and sponsorships work is that essentially the brand is paying for your audience. They say, hey, we have this product or service and we think that your audience might be interested in buying it, so we would like to pay you to make a post on your social media channels talking about our product or service, and you get paid to promote the product. Generally, the more followers you have and the more engagement you have, the higher you get paid. A figure that I have heard, and I heard this from Habits of Haley, and I think it really makes sense, it sounds like a good amount, is to charge 4% of your following for a static post, for like a one photo post on Instagram, for example. So if you have 10,000 followers, that might be $400 for a static photo post, and then it's like, you know, maybe 3% of your following for a story and 6% or 7% for a TikTok video or a reel. But again, this isn't a hard and fast rule. This depends a lot on your niche, your following, the location of your audience, how much engagement you get, whether or not your audience actually trusts you and likes you enough to take your recommendations and buy the products that you share. And I also just want to note that even though I said, you know, the 4% rule, let's say you have like 1,000 followers, 4% of that would be $40 for a post, but you should also keep in mind having like a minimum charge just for compensating you for the time it takes to make the content, right? If you are a highly skilled photographer and you spend a lot of time on your shoots and on creating the content for your social media, then maybe you might feel that $40 for a photo post is too low. So you might want to charge like a $100 minimum to compensate you for making the content and for also posting it to your social media. With brand deals and sponsorships, there are a lot of things that can allow you to charge more. So keep that in mind. For example, there is exclusivity, which means that the brand might say, we don't want you to work with any other brands, like we don't want you to do any other sponsored posts for 3 months, or we don't want you to work with any other skincare brands for the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever. In that case, you have to calculate how much money you're losing, you know, like how many deals do you think that you're going to miss out on by, you know, having this exclusivity deal in the contract, and charge them extra and say, you know, I want you to pay me this amount because it's going to cover all of the potential deals that I will be missing out on by agreeing to exclusivity. Another thing you can charge extra for is a diversity fee. So for example, if you are a creator of color, or if you are someone who is non-binary or LGBT, and you scroll through this brand's page and you see that there are not a lot of people like you on their page, then you might charge them extra for diversity because you're bringing diversity to their page. You're opening up their brand to, attracting and marketing to more people, to a different demographic. There is also usage rights. If the brand wants to also be able to take the post that you make for the sponsored post on your page and post it to their own page, then you charge extra for usage rights, for letting them be able to post it to their page, for letting them run it as an ad or promote it in emails or on their website. I feel like I've talked about this for too long and I don't want this video to get too crazy long, so I'm just gonna move on to the next topic, but I hope that gave you some information to keep in mind if you ever get approached for a sponsored deal, that there are a lot of things you can charge for and nothing should be free. Value your work, value your time, and don't let them lowball you. And try to ask for a budget first before telling them your rate. That's one pro tip. Ask them, what is your budget for this project, rather than saying, okay, I charge $100, because their budget and how much they're willing to pay you might be a lot higher than what your rate is. So whoever says their price first is at the disadvantage. So, try to make sure it's the brand. The next way that you can make money through social media is with affiliate links. Probably the most popular affiliate program is Amazon Affiliate or Amazon Influencer, but virtually almost anywhere you shop, there are a lot of brands that have rewards programs where basically the way that affiliate marketing or affiliate links work is that you get a customized link that is personal to you. You are the only person who has this link. And when people shop through your link, you make a slight commission on the money that they spent. So let's say you bought a dress that you really love and it cost $100, and you promote it to your audience. You make a post where you're wearing the dress and you say, click here to buy this dress. You might make for example, 5% commission when someone buys that dress, which means that every time someone buys the dress from your link, you get $5. Affiliate links generally can pay anywhere between 1% commission to 30% or even higher. 30% or more is pretty high. I would say that on average, you can probably expect somewhere between 3% to 10% commission. I haven't done a lot of work personally with affiliate links, but you can definitely find out more about this. There are a lot of different platforms that kind of work with a lot of different brands that allow you to get your own affiliate links and make money through there, so you can look into that. As I mentioned, Amazon Affiliate is one of the very popular ones, and another one I've heard of before is Magic Links, but it's definitely not limited. The possibilities are very extensive. So anytime you shop on a new website, just scroll down to the bottom and they usually will have a section that says, affiliates or become a brand ambassador or something like that. The great thing about affiliate links is that it is completely passive income. You put this link in your bio or on your page somewhere one time, it's there forever, and you never have to think about it again, and it's just making money in the background, which is very cool. Especially if you're in a high value, expensive niche. If you're a photographer and you recommend photography equipment and people buy photography equipment through your affiliate links, that stuff is expensive, so the commission that you get is gonna be pretty good. The next way of making money on social media is by selling products or services. Think about it this way. If you have a band or a musician that you really, really love, you most likely are willing to pay money to buy their band t-shirts or to buy their album or to go see them in concert or to get an autograph from them or to spend time with them at a meet and greet. The same way that you as a fan of a band or a musician would be willing to spend money to support them, people who are fans of you as a social media content creator or influencer would also be willing to spend money to support you if you give them the opportunity. And if you already have a pretty close-knit community with people who really like you, are dedicated to you, and just want to delve deeper into your life in some way or into your fandom. So I've kind of split this into categories because there's a lot of different things that you can sell. First off, starting with selling digital products, which is mostly a passive stream of income. So with digital products, you could be selling an ebook, an online course, downloadables like a worksheet or wallpapers for electronic devices that you've designed yourself, or presets. If you are a talented photographer or you edit your pictures in a specific way, you can sell Lightroom presets that people can use to edit their photos the same way that you do. People have sold digital journals. If you're an artist, you can sell digital art. If you are a musician, you can sell music. The possibilities are endless. Those are just some ideas, but it really depends on you and the type of niche that you are in. The next option is to sell a digital service. And a lot of the time, digital services might be more active income. So you actually have to spend your time to offer these services. For example, you might do one-on-one coaching calls or one-on-one lessons in your area of expertise. You might offer personalized feedback. So for example, if you are a vocal coach, right? Like let's say you have like a vocal coach reacts type of channel, you could offer your viewers to send you a video of them singing, and then you'll send them back feedback on their singing and tell them ways to improve their technique. Then we get into the option of selling physical products, which depending on your automation techniques, this could be a very passive form of income or it could be an active form of income. It depends a lot on like whether or not you are able to outsource. And I would also say that selling physical products is something best reserved for people who have a fair amount of disposable income on hand. Because like a digital product, usually you can create for free. It doesn't cost a lot to make it, and it doesn't cost a lot to sell it or you don't have to ship it to people. So it's a lot more simple and it's a lot cheaper. But with physical products, they need to be manufactured. They need to be stored somewhere. There needs to be people helping you ship it, unless you want to do everything for yourself, in which case you're going to need time. But there are so many different physical products that you can sell, and again, it depends a lot on your niche. So it could be things like hoodies and t-shirts or pins or other kinds of apparel. If you are, let's say, like a lifestyle or self-care content creator, you could sell loungewear, or you could sell candles, or you could sell wellness journals. You could start your own skincare line or your own makeup line, or you could sell physical art. Again, the possibilities are endless and they all depend on you. And the last thing within the selling products and services category is selling a physical service. So let's say that you started a makeup account and you got a lot of followers by posting your makeup looks. A smart move that you could make is, if you're not certified already, go get certified as a makeup artist, depending on like the regulations and the laws in your country. And at that point, you can start offering to do people's makeup for them for their weddings or their parties. People can hire you. If they're following you and they like your work, then that's a good hint that they might be interested in getting their makeup done by you. So when I talk about a physical service, it means like services that require your physical presence in the real world. If you are a food content creator, you might offer people the opportunity to hire you to cook for their events or their parties or their wedding. And of course, a lot of content creators get paid to speak at events, whether that's, giving motivational speeches or talking about their area of expertise in their niche. Some creators also organize their own events like this, where they, book a space and they invite their audience to come meet them at that space and have like a workshop or a get together to listen to them talk and teach them about something. So that's another idea. And as I said, it is a more active form of income. The next way of making money through social media is through donations from your audience or by starting a private exclusive community. A lot of creators do this through Patreon. I also think YouTube and Instagram offer something like this, and Facebook as well. But basically, this is where your audience pays you a monthly fee, and it could be just in the form of donations in exchange for nothing, like they just want to support you, or it could be for certain perks and for having more access to you. Perks might include exclusive live streams and AMAs, like Ask Me Anything type of videos. You might offer exclusive content or early access to content. You might prioritize content requests from people who are within your community. So for example, if they ask you to make a video on a certain topic, then their request is at the top of the list because they are within the exclusive community, as opposed to, people just in your YouTube comments or your Instagram comments saying, hey, can you make a piece of content or a video like this? You could offer them different downloadable products, or it could be like a monthly subscription where you send them something in the mail once a month, like, I don't know, some stickers or a t-shirt or whatever. They could get exclusive discounts on your merchandise. It really depends. Again, as I said, it's very, very personal. There are a lot of possibilities. It all depends on you and your niche. And what I would say is just, you know, to try to make it worth their while. And another really common thing to offer is shout outs. So you might just put like their name in your outro of your video or in the description box on YouTube or something like that. I have had a Patreon for many, many years, and nowadays it doesn't really make me a lot of money. I think I have like one patron now who pays like $5 to $10 per month. But a few years ago, I think in like 2016 or 2017, I had this one person who paid me $150 per month on Patreon for an entire year. And that made such a huge difference. Like, that just proves how it only takes one person to completely change your life potentially. And at the time I was making a lot of like makeup type of content. So I was using that money to buy makeup products to be able to make videos with. And it was really a huge, huge help. Whoever that person was, they never told me their name, but if they're watching this, thank you. You like totally rocked my world for a while there. Okay, and your last option for making money on social media, and this one is super exciting because you don't need a high following or any following at all to do this, which is like completely insane and mind-blowing, and that is UGC, or user-generated content. If you want to learn more about this, I made a video about it. It's over here. I will link it. But user-generated content is basically where instead of making content for a brand and posting it to your own page like you would for a sponsored post or a brand deal, instead you make the content for the brand to post on their own social channels. And this is a really great option for highly skilled content creators who don't have a high following. It's also great for content creators who have the capacity or the ability to make content outside their niche, but they don't want to because they don't want to like clutter up their feed with stuff that's not relevant to their niche. And it's also good if you want to work with brands, but you don't want to completely like flood your own social channels with sponsored posts. With UGC, you are basically not limited as to how many different brands that you can work with. And generally, the way I think of UGC is rather than being like influencer work, it's more like you are a paid model, actress, photographer, and content creator. Because UGC is all about your skills. It's all about your ability to make a good video or photo that sells rather than it being about how many followers you have and like getting your audience to buy the product based on your recommendation. I literally only started doing UGC in July, and in my first month I made $400. My second month I made $400 again, and my third month I just did, so in like September I did $530. So it's very exciting. There is a lot of potential. Do not sleep on UGC, I promise. If you are good at what you do, if you create high quality videos and photos, this is definitely something you should get into because it has the potential to completely change your world. So those were all of the ways of making money through social media that I wanted to share with you guys today. I want to leave you with a recommendation for an essay you should read. It is called 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly, and it's an essay that was written in 2008, and it basically presents the concept or the idea that as a creative or a content creator of any kind, all you really need to make a livable income is 1,000 true fans. And the way that he defines a true fan is a person who will buy whatever you produce or buy whatever you're selling. And this basically goes into the idea that if you can get 1,000 people to spend $100 per year on your stuff, whatever that is, whether that's like artwork or a course or anything, then that's it, right? Like that is your 6-figure annual income, which is more than enough for anyone to afford to live no matter where in the world you are. And like, yes, 1,000 people is still a lot, but it's not as much as you expect. It's not as much as you would think. And I think when you break it down that way, it really makes you feel like actually this whole like living off of content creation thing is way more tangible and realistic and like within my reach than you thought. So I hope that inspires and motivates you guys a little bit. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.